you? My name is Fernando. I live in the state of Illinois in the city of Chicago. On the last video, I didn't really get to tell you guys much because I'm assuming that everybody that was going to be watching already knew who I was and where I was, but apparently that wasn't the case. There were other people involved that watched the video, but here we are. Finally, introducing myself. Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name? Go ahead, say your name. Cute. Love that name. My mom almost named me that, actually. Yeah, so cute. Anyways, I am 100% Mexican. I was born in Mexico, moved into the US when I was like 5, 6, 7 years old. And ever since, I lived in a part of Maryland that was very diverse in the sense that it had a lot of different Latin countries. I really got to try out a lot of different cuisines and cultures in that sense, but I never really had a full-on Mexican experience. And as I started to watch YouTube, started to learn more about cuisine, and by the way, I did not go to culinary school, so forgive me if I ever say anything wrong. Definitely didn't get that Mexican, still looking for something that will fill in the emptiness in my heart. The emptiness. About 2 years ago, I traveled to Chicago. I fell in love with the city. I fell in love with the Mexican culture that it has. The Mexican culture it almost seems like it's part of Chicago itself, which I fucking love. Right now, I'm living in one of the most Mexican neighborhoods here in Chicago. You can take a guess if you're from Chicago. If you don't know, then search it up. And I appreciate it because eating all these Mexican foods that I haven't had in a while really takes me back to the country. Not the country Mexico, but like the countryside of Mexico, and where I kind of grew up for the first few years of my life. And it reminds me of when my mom would roast nopales, which are cactus, and you know, we would eat that with like eggs or whatever, and it was delicious. And I walked down the street to a supermarket here, and what do they have? Cactus and eggs and scrambled eggs, and I'm just like, what the fuck? This is heaven. And if you haven't tried cactus, they're actually really good, and you mix them in so many things. My mom personally mixes them into smoothies, so if you're a green smoothie fanatic, that's a good way, that's something to add on to it. But you know, she does the absolute most, just a little extra, but hey, it's been working for her. She's healthy, she's glowing, whatever. I will be focusing a lot on Mexican cuisine, not just because it's in the neighborhood I'm living in, but in general, because it's just, right now, Mexican cuisine at the moment is really up there, and for many reasons. One of them being is that people pay more attention to how the native people of Mexico or the indigenous people in Mexico ate, because they had such a healthy lifestyle. Although there are a few dark moments in that history, including cannibalism, where you eat humans. I can't say it. Look, like I said, English is not my first language, so forgive me with this video, okay? There are a lot of dark things that went on in the indigenous world. Without that, they did focus a lot of their protein intakes from insects, and of course had a lot of herbs and fruits and vegetables in their diet. That's one of the main reasons Mexican food is also popping so big in the world, as well as it's full with flavor. There's a lot of condiments, there's a lot of aromatics in the food that not only give it an amazing taste, but also really complex taste. That there's just a lot, okay? There's a lot of reasons to why Mexican food right now is really big, and I think I'm gonna focus on that a little bit more about the channel itself, because I'm like, there's a lot in my mind that I wish I can do. This channel is going to be about me living in Chicago, exploring the city of Chicago, whether that is me going on trips, going to different neighborhoods, and I think the main focus is going to be on the food and the businesses around me. And maybe you already live here in Chicago, and maybe I'll find new places that you didn't know about that, you know, I'll recommend. Or maybe you don't live in Chicago and you never really thought about visiting Chicago, but maybe I'll show you something you're like, wait, what? So maybes, but those maybes can lead into something or into somewhere. Join me on this adventure. I'll try to make it fun. I promise I try to make it fun. Right now, since there's not a lot of traveling or walking outside in Chicago because it's like -5 degrees, planning on probably making like cocktail drinks, making food, baking. I personally enjoy baking and cooking. They happen to be one of my best characteristics. Unfortunately, you guys don't get to taste my food. You guys will probably just get to see it. And if you're my roommate, then you're lucky you'll actually get to try it. Okay, and now that I drowned you all in that Mexican cuisine, food, culture, blah, 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 I thought we would bake something and not Mexican. So we're actually gonna bake a bun. I'm gonna bake a bun cake. It's gonna be a cinnamon and apple bun cake. We used to work at a bakery and we made a lot of different cakes, pies, blah, 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 blah. I'll make it really fast so that you don't have to sit there and watch me bake for the whole hour and a half that it will take me to do this. Before the video ends and before we get to the final product of what's gonna be the bun cake, subscribe, like, or thumbs up, whatever it is that people call it nowadays. And then I also have an Instagram if you want to follow me on that. See, I'm waiting on the heater to turn off. The heater. It's gonna get cold really fast in here since it is like -2 degrees outside. Because it doesn't make a difference if they have an S in Illinois or it doesn't, because they're never gonna say it. ¿Qué tú quieres? Aquí con tu tiburón. Oh my god. Okay.